Good morning and welcome to John Beck. This is your principal, Mr. Lynn, and I hope that you had a wonderful, and joyous Thanksgiving break. I hope it was restful. Today is Tuesday, December 3rd, 2024, and it is a day B. For instrumentals, it's a day 2. Now, before we kick off this wonderful day, I want to invite you, as I always do, to please stand and face the flag for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Go ahead and take a seat. I am so happy that you guys are here with us here in school once again. And I say this almost every day. You showing up means the world to me and it means the world to our staff, the teachers, our assistants, everybody here. We are here because of you, and you showing up meets us right where we want you. And that's what makes John Beck so special. And coming out of this Thanksgiving break, I hope that you took a moment to just be thankful of all those tiny blessings, just as I talked about last week, that might be passing right under your nose that you might not even notice. What are those blessings? What are those great things that you take for granted, even if it's just that air you breathed in just a second ago that keeps you alive, right? There are lots of things, if you just put your mind to it, that you can be really thankful for. And perhaps you might even arrive at the blessing of being at John Beck, being at our school, where you know your teacher loves and cares and encourages you, and your principal does too. And I hope too that in this act of Thanksgiving, giving thanks, that it spurs you to want to contribute back to our school, to, make it an even better school community. You doing your part. Now, in order for all of us to work together, there are three expectations here at the school. You know what they are. Number one, be respectful to yourself as well as towards others, not just in the classroom, but let's think about it. In those areas where we don't have a lot of grown-ups, what are you going to do to uphold those expectations? What are you going to do your part? Like in the cafeteria, it is hard for us grown-ups to keep control of those volumes. What can you do to help bring it back down? When we're lining up in the lobby outside the cafeteria, what are you going to do to help us so that we can make sure that it's still orderly? We can still talk, but how can we keep it at a level 1? How can we remind each other? Those are the aspects of respect that I really want you guys to think about. Number 2, show that you are responsible with your hands, with your feet, with your volume, just as we're talking about. This applies, once again, outside of the classroom as well as in the classroom, in the cafeteria, in the hallways, on the bus, right? What are we going to do to make our school community on the bus better? How can we support the bus driver that we trust and maybe take for granted to safely take us to and from our bus stops to the school and back? And finally, number 3, show that you're ready to be the best version of yourself. There are so many different versions of ourselves, and some versions of ourselves we're super proud of. We love, right? We know that version likes to help and encourage people. But then there's the grumpy version of ourselves, or the version of ourselves that might not want to use the kind words, not be respectful, not be responsible. That version, that wolf, so to speak, don't feed that. Feed the wolf that is going to rise above and going to contribute to making this school a wonderful school. If there is ever a time when you say, I love this school, well, just know that you contributed to it. Or if you're ever frustrated at John Beck, just know that perhaps you have some control over it and maybe you can do something about it. This school isn't controlled by me or your teachers. It's controlled by all of us, and you have to do your part. So that's what I want to encourage you to do. Okay, whether it's in reading, math, science, and social studies, whatever you're doing, stick to it, contribute, do your best. Same thing with the environment in our school. What can you do to make sure that you do your part? Before I sign off, just know that I love you. I care about you. I'm here to encourage you. It's December. We have this mad dash to the winter. I hope that you'll join me in making sure that we don't get too far ahead of ourselves, that we kind of live in the present moment, enjoy each other in this process of learning and building the school community. I love you. I care about you. I'm here to encourage you. Can't wait to see you guys around. Have an awesome day. And as always, I like you just the way you are.